In the vast, grim-dark expanse of the galaxy, from the great beyond of the intergalactic void, a shadow looms, heralding a force of unimaginable terror. This is a tale of relentless hunger and unspeakable horrors, a story that chills the very marrow of those who hear it. This is the tale of the Tyranids. From the depths of the void beyond our galaxy, the Tyranids emerged, their origins cloaked in mystery and dread. They are a plague upon the stars, an all-consuming swarm driven by a single malevolent purpose: to devour all life. The planet Tyran was the first to witness their arrival, a once thriving world reduced to a barren wasteland by the onslaught of Hive Fleet Behemoth. This was but the beginning of the galaxy's nightmare. Tyranids are not of our galaxy. They come from a place beyond the stars, a realm of darkness and void. Their true origins remain shrouded in mystery, leading to many speculations. Some theories suggest they were created by an ancient, long-forgotten race, designed as bioweapons that evolved beyond control. Others believe they are a natural force, a galactic predator evolved to consume all in its path. Regardless of their origin, one fact remains: the Tyranids are one of the greatest threats to all life in the galaxy. Hive Fleet Behemoth, the first known Tyranid invasion, struck with the force of a hurricane. Entire systems fell before the sheer brutality and overwhelming numbers of the swarm. Planets once teeming with life were rendered lifeless, their biomass absorbed to fuel the relentless advance. The Battle of Macragge stands as a grim testament to the cost of halting Behemoth's onslaught. The Ultramarines, led by Marneus Calgar, fought valiantly against impossible odds. The icy world of Macragge became a frozen graveyard, littered with the shattered remnants of both defenders and invaders. The Ultramarines' victory was Pyrrhic, leaving scars that run deep through the chapter's history. But the galaxy's respite was short-lived. Hive Fleet Kraken followed, and with it came a new kind of horror. Unlike the blunt force of Behemoth, Kraken was a many-headed serpent, its tendrils snaking through space to encircle and crush its prey. Kraken's strategy was one of cunning and deception, splitting into numerous smaller fleets to strike simultaneously across vast distances. The Imperium's forces were stretched thin, unable to predict where the next blow would fall. Entire sectors were consumed before a coordinated defense could be mounted. The Eldari, too, found themselves hard-pressed by Kraken's insidious advance. Their craft worlds, already few in number, faced annihilation from a foe that adapted to their every tactic. Then came Hive Fleet Leviathan, a threat that emerged from below the galactic plane. Leviathan was a dark tide rising from the depths, bringing with it bioforms unseen before. It struck with unprecedented ferocity, its tendrils spreading like a cancer through the galactic core. Planets fell in rapid succession, their defenders overwhelmed by the sheer diversity and adaptability of the Tyranid organisms. Among Leviathan's new horrors were the Toxicrene, shrouded in a miasma of corrosive spores, and the Maleceptor, a psychic monstrosity capable of unleashing devastating mental assaults. The Imperium's defenses have buckled in numerous areas under the weight of this new threat, and many of the once mighty bastions of humanity have crumbled to dust. The Tyranids are creatures of nightmarish adaptability, their biology a testament to their evolutionary prowess. Through a process known as biomorphing, they incorporate genetic material from their victims, crafting new and horrific forms with each conquest. Imagine a foe that can change its very essence to counter any defense. A swarm that evolves with terrifying speed and precision. From swarms of ravenous gaunts to towering monstrosities, the Tyranids are the embodiment of death. Tyranid hierarchy is vast and complex, with each bioform serving a specific role within the swarm. At the top are the Hive Tyrants, powerful synapse creatures that act as the generals of the swarm. Below them are the Carnifexes, living battering rams that can tear through tanks and fortifications. Then there are the Lictors, stealthy assassins that stalk their prey from the shadows, and the Gene Stealers, which infiltrate human societies to prepare worlds for invasions. At the heart of this relentless force lies the Hive Mind, a vast collective consciousness that directs the swarm with cold, unfeeling precision. The Hive Mind's will is executed through synapse creatures, psychic conduits that ensure each Tyranid operates as part of a unified whole. Under this dark intelligence, the Tyranids move as one, an unstoppable tide of annihilation. The Hive Mind's psychic power is immense, its influence stretching across vast distances. It is through this connection that the Tyranids coordinate their attacks, adapting to threats and exploiting weaknesses with terrifying efficiency. The Hive Mind is not just a leader, it is the very soul of the swarm, a malevolent force that drives the Tyranids' insatiable hunger. The Tyranids' adaptability extends beyond their physical forms to their strategies. Against the Imperium, they have developed hardened carapaces and deadly weaponry to counter heavy bolters and las cannons. To match the Aldari's agility and foresight, they have enhanced their speed and psychic abilities. Every adaptation contributes to their unending drive to consume and dominate. The Tyranids employ a variety of tactics in their invasions. They use overwhelming numbers to swarm their enemies, using smaller creatures like Termagants and Hormigons to overwhelm defenses. Larger creatures like the Carnifex and Trigon act as shock troops, breaking through enemy lines with brute force. The Tyranids also employ psychological warfare, using creatures like the Lictor and the Death Leaper to sow fear and confusion among their enemies. The galaxy bears the scars of the Tyranid invasions. Entire star systems have been stripped of life, reduced to barren rocks floating in the void. The constant threat of Tyranid invasion forces the Imperium and other races to divert precious resources to defense, weakening their ability to combat other threats. The Tyranids are not just a physical menace, they are a psychological terror, a looming specter that sows fear and despair. The Imperium of Man has been hit particularly hard by the Tyranid threat. Entire sectors have been consumed, and countless lives have been lost. The Imperium's vast resources are stretched thin, and the constant threat of invasion has left many worlds in a state of perpetual fear. The Eldari, too, have suffered greatly. Their once mighty craft worlds are now few in number, and the constant threat of Tyranid attack has left them on the brink of extinction. Even the orcs, known for their resilience and brutality, find themselves hard-pressed to withstand the Tyranid onslaught. Within the shadows of human society, another insidious threat lurks: the Gene Stealer cults. These cults are the vanguard of the Tyranid invasion, infiltrating human worlds and preparing them for consumption. Gene Stealers implant their genetic material into human hosts, creating hybrids that are fiercely loyal to the Tyranids. These hybrids rise through the ranks of society, spreading their influence and sowing dissent. When the time is right, the cults rise up, plunging worlds into chaos and making them ripe for the Tyranid invasion. The Gene Stealer cults are a silent, insidious threat, one that can turn brother against brother and topple entire worlds from within. They are the harbingers of doom, the first sign of the coming swarm. While Behemoth, Kraken, and Leviathan are the most well-known hive fleets, there are others that have left their mark on the galaxy. Hive Fleet Gorgon, for instance, is known for its rapidly adapting poisons to overcome its foes. It faced the Tau Empire, a young and technologically advanced race, and adapted to their advanced weaponry with terrifying speed. The Tau's battlesuits and drones were no match for Gorgon's ever-evolving bioforms. Hive Fleet Hydra is infamous for its ability to regenerate and replenish its numbers rapidly, making it a nearly unending tide of death. Hive Fleet Warmonger, on the other hand, is known for its unique approach to stealth and subterfuge. It usually starts by bombarding planets with asteroids, destroying many strongholds prior to the swarm's approach. When the swarm has surrounded the planet, burrowing creatures like the Trigons, Molochs, and Raveners launch surprise attacks from beneath the ground. Entire cities have fallen to Warmonger's sudden subterranean assaults. The Tyranids' ability to bioengineer their troops is one of their most terrifying aspects. They assimilate the genetic material of their prey, using it to create new and more effective bioforms. This process of assimilation and evolution allows the Tyranids to constantly adapt to new threats and challenges. Every battle fought against them provides them with new genetic material to enhance their swarm. The Tyranid genetic repository is vast and ever-growing. They have assimilated the DNA of countless species, each new strain adding to their arsenal of horrors. This genetic diversity makes the Tyranids incredibly versatile and resilient, capable of adapting to any environment and overcoming any obstacle. The psychological impact of the Tyranid threat cannot be understated. The mere knowledge of their presence instills fear and despair in even the staunchest defenders of the galaxy. Every shadow, every unexplained disappearance, every hint of their presence can cause panic and chaos, weakening the resolve of those who stand against them. The societal impact is equally devastating. Entire worlds have been thrown into chaos by the mere rumor of a Tyranid invasion. Economies collapse, governments falter, and societies crumble under the weight of fear. The Tyranids do not just consume flesh, they consume hope and stability, leaving only despair in their wake. The Tyranid threat is far from over. New adaptations of emerging hive fleets suggest the hive mind is preparing for another great onslaught. New bioforms, even more deadly and efficient, have been spotted, hinting at an accelerated rate of evolution. The specifics of these new horrors are still being uncovered, but the initial reports indicate an unprecedented level of threat. There are speculations about the hive mind's ultimate goals. Some believe it seeks to consume the entire galaxy, turning it into a barren wasteland. Others speculate that the hive mind is searching for something specific, a resource or an entity that will complete its evolution. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The Tyranids will not stop until they have consumed everything in their path. The Tyranids represent an extreme threat to the galaxy, a force of nature that seeks only to consume and destroy. Their relentless adaptability, driven by the hive mind's insatiable hunger, ensures that they will continue to evolve and challenge the galaxy's defenders. As the darkness they bring grows ever nearer, the question remains, can the galaxy withstand the next Tyranid onslaught, or will it be consumed by the ever-hungry swarm? In the face of this relentless tide, we can only hope that the defenders of the galaxy are ready. The stars themselves tremble at the approach of the Tyranids, and the fate of all life hangs in the balance. May the Emperor protect us all from the coming swarm.